So let me get myself situated. So hey guys, welcome back to another video. For those of you that are new here, my name is Monse. I am a military spouse. My husband is in the army, and right now he's actually overseas, so I am currently back home with the kids. And so I felt that like now is the perfect time to actually do this tag, because I have done the tag in the past before, but I didn't really like how it turned out, so I deleted it. And so I feel like I should do it over, and so that's what we're gonna do today. So if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything, comment them down below, and I'm planning on doing a Q&A soon. All right, so there is, let me see, I think there is 25 questions total, and it's just pretty much like talking about how my life as a military spouse, like questions about that sort of thing. So if you're interested, just go ahead and keep on watching. So the first question is, how did you and your spouse meet? Raheem is my husband's name. Raheem and I met in high school. We met, I think, 10th grade of high school, and we had like mutual friends, so we got introduced by mutual friends, and yeah, we met in 10th grade, but we didn't start dating until I was, I think, in 11th or 12th grade. 12th grade, yeah, senior year. How old were you when you two met? So we were both, I think I was in 10th grade, so I was about 15, and he was probably around like 16. How long have you been together? So we've been dating for, I think it'll be 8 years this year in November, and we've been married for, it'll be 4 years in August, at the end. It's next week, oh my gosh. Our anniversary is like next week. It's crazy. Yeah. Where are you and your spouse originally from? So I'm originally from Mexico, and Raheem is originally from here in North Carolina, Fayetteville to be exact. How did you feel about him joining the military? So actually we both kind of agreed to him joining. At the time we were pretty young. We had just had a kid, so Mason was our first, and he was born when we were around 19 and 20 years old. I was 19 and he was 20, and so once Mason turned about like a year and a, well, he was about a year and a half when we decided that it was best if he joined the military, because obviously like we were both young parents and we needed to have like a stable career, and so he decided to take one for the team, and he joined. And yeah, I felt like we both felt like that was like the best thing for us. Where did your spouse go to basic training? My phone keeps going off. Where did your spouse go to basic training? He went to Fort Jackson. Yeah, Fort Jackson in South Carolina. Has your spouse ever been deployed? No, he hasn't been deployed. He's been on, like, he's been to the field, and right now he's on a PCS, a year-long PCS, like unaccompanied PCS, but it's really not considered a deployment, so no, he hasn't been on a deployment yet. Have you ever been to his promotion ceremony? I have been to one of them, I think, or two. No, I've been to two of them actually. Yeah, I've been to two of them. And I guess the first one I was pregnant in. If I can find a picture, I'll insert that here because I pinned him. And then the second one was when Mia was in like about like 3 or 4 months old. How long have you been a military wife? I've been a military wife since August of 2015, so it's going on 4 years. 4 years this year. Wait. Yeah, 4 years, because we actually got married right before he left, so that, you know, things wouldn't end up being complicated after. So yeah. Did you marry him before or after he joined? So we've been together since years before he joined, but we married right before he joined, so that, you know, we would be a family and we wouldn't have to, it would just be easier once he got out of basic training to like move the family and not have to wait until like we got married or whatever. How did your husband propose? So he proposed, it wasn't anything like super, you know, like over the top or anything like that. It was actually, we went out to eat, we went out to dinner, and he kind of just popped the question. I think he had asked for like the dessert, and he asked me then. It was really cute, and it was really sentimental and stuff, and I actually have a picture of the day of the night that he proposed, so I'll insert that here as well. Where did you get married? Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing, you guys. But we actually got married at a, like, what is it called, like a they call it like a jailhouse here. I don't know, like, I don't know what you would call it, but that day that we got married, the judge was he was at the jail, so we went out there, and we were outside of the jailhouse, and it was like a little, like the courtyard or whatever, and that's where we got married. It wasn't meant to be like that. I was actually hoping that, you know, we would go to the courthouse and get married, but the day that we went, the judge wasn't the judge wasn't there, and so they told us to come, and then the next day it would be, he wouldn't be there either, so he would be at a different location, which was the jailhouse. And at this point we didn't really have like the time to wait until a better day or anything like that, because he was signing up for the military, and we wanted to be on paper. We wanted to have it on paper that we were married. How old were you two when you got married? It was 2015, so I think I was 21 and he was about 22. Did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? No, we actually, oh my gosh, like our whole like marriage situation was so ghetto, ridiculous. Like, we need to do another one, because we need to like do a vow renewal or whatever it's called, because we were like both in street clothes. So he was literally in some like khaki colored pants, like some random shirt, and I was in jeans and flip-flops and a random shirt. So nothing special. It's actually really embarrassing, but hey, it is what it is. The love is there, and that's all that matters. Where are you and your spouse currently stationed? So technically he's stationed, and actually he's stationed overseas. I don't really want to say where he's stationed, because I feel like because he's overseas, I don't feel right telling the public where he's stationed. And so yeah, he's overseas, and I'm currently back home in North Carolina. So we don't have like an actual like we're not all together in one duty station. Our last one that we just PCS'd from was JBLM in Washington State. And do you live on base? Obviously I don't live on base. Like I said, I'm living at home, so I'm living back home, so it's not even here where I'm living at. It's not even like a military town or anything like that, so no, we don't live on base. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? Well, we were married at that point, August, September, October, November, 3 months. So he left in November. We got married in August and he left in November to basic training. So that was like technically our first separation. He left for 6 months. So yeah. What is your favorite base so far? Well, so far we've actually visited a few bases, so I can kind of like pick and choose a few bases from, but we've technically only lived in one base so far, because after he got out of basic training, we went to JBLM in Washington State, and we were there up until this year. So we were there a total of like 3.5 years, almost 4 years, I think. No, 3.5 years pretty much. And so we haven't experienced living in a different base. We've visited a few bases. We visited, like, I know I visited Fort Jackson, Fort Lee when he was in AIT, and then we've also been to Fort Bragg here in North Carolina, and I think that's all actually. So yeah. Do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? Of course he does. I always tell him, like, I love how he looks in uniform. So even before he joined the military, I was like, oh, I think you should become like a cop or something so I could see you in uniform, because he looks really good. Do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? I don't think so. I'm doing a video. I'm almost done, okay? I don't think military life and civilian life are that different. Honestly, like, the only difference between military and civilian life is that you just get like more like I want to say benefits, but I don't want to say benefits because people get so butthurt from hearing the word benefits. But military life is like, it's easy. It's not always easier, but most of the time you can get away with a lot of things being a military family, because you know, I mean, we're going through so many changes, and we're doing, like, we don't have like a stable, you know, life. So a lot of the times we get a lot of like you know, passes through life because your like spouse is in the military, or you're like a military family. So, but other than that, I don't think it's more advanced. It's honestly like the same on post and off post. Like, it's all the same, really. Do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? Honestly, I do. They're really, really convenient. My battery's about to die. No. They're really convenient. I need to hurry up. So, because pretty much like healthcare in general is super expensive, and so like with it being, you being able to budget that into your spouse's paycheck, like, it's really to me it's really convenient. And I mean, there's like, I have a military spouse benefits video if you guys want to check that out, so I'll link that down below, and I kind of talk all about that. Do you have a lot of military wife friends? I used to, not anymore. At first I tried really hard to like be friends with a lot of military wives, just because, you know, when you're at a different base you're super lonely and things like that. But not anymore. I feel like I just work better alone, and I still talk to friends, but it's not like a super close friendship. What is the hardest part of the military life? Then definitely it is when you have to do things on your own. Like right now, I'm kind of like a single parent right now, because my husband is gone. He's gonna be gone for a year, and so everything is pretty much on me. The household is on me, the kids are on me, and yeah, so I feel like that's the hardest part for sure, is when you have to pretty much do things on your own. Do you own military wife stuff? No, I don't. Do you support your spouse as a member of the military? I mean, I would be a terrible person if I didn't. I think when your husband is in the military, you have no choice but to support them, because they need all the support that they can get. They're put through a lot, and a lot of stress, a lot of like mentally, physically, and everything, emotionally. They're put through a lot. So you're really the only support system, or you should be the main support system for them. And so that's what I try to be for my husband. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, please post them down below in the comment section. I'm gonna do a Q&A video, so go ahead and ask all the questions that you have, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.